Wow, I really don't have a set theme for my channel yet as to what I'm actually talking about on here. So I just keep making videos on different things. I made like one video on liminal spaces, two on Final Fantasy, one on Elden Ring. Now I'm making a Berserk video. So I've been wanting to get into reading Berserk for a long time now because it's a manga that I've had my eye on, but just never really gotten into it because I never really tried. Because I would always get distracted by watching other things or reading other things, so it's something I've always wanted to try but never actually attempted until I just started reading it actually yesterday. And it's a weird story to start due to how it's organized in the beginning. I actually read the wrong first chapter because Berserk apparently had some problems when it was being serialized in the beginning. So if you search Berserk Chapter 1, it'll actually bring you to like Chapter 15 because of how the story was organized back then. So Chapter 15 is labeled as Chapter 1, but the actual Chapter 1 of where the story really starts, the name of that chapter is just simply called The Black Swordsman. However, Chapter 15, what I read first, I think it's Chapter 15 or 16, is called A Sword Wind or a Wind of Swords, something like that. But I just started reading Berserk yesterday, and so far it's really pretty good. This story has had controversy in the past. Why? I'm not entirely sure. I know that on one side, there's a lot of people who really, really love this manga. And I am kind of dipping on that side of really, really enjoying it. There's absolutely no question how influential that this story actually is, due to its inspiration for many popular games, in particular the Souls series. Hidetaki Miyazaki, the creator of Dark Souls, has stated that his direct inspiration for creating the Souls franchise was reading Berserk. That's why there's a lot of similar character tropes, designs, aesthetic, the whole body horror genre. It's very similar. And obviously, I love Dark Souls, I love Elden Ring. So there's that in common. But on the opposite side of a lot of people really enjoying Berserk, there's also another side of people who really hate this manga for really just the fact that it exists. Now, what are the details of why people dislike it? I'm not entirely sure because I haven't looked into it all that much. I'm trying not to spoil myself because I have heard things about this manga, the way it's obviously extremely violent. You could probably tell by the name. It's very, very violent, lots of blood and gore. No censorship at all, so if someone's going to get their head chopped off, they're not going to hide that. You're actually going to see it happening in real time on the page. So it's extremely violent with very little to no censorship. There's also obviously lots of nudity, and I haven't gotten so far as to see sex yet because I've only read like 5 or 6 chapters. However, the opening page of chapter 1 actually begins with Guts having sex with a demon that is actually a demon who, I think what I perceived it as is what the demon takes the appearance of an attractive woman in an attempt to seduce you and then kill you, but Guts could see through that and saw that it wasn't a real woman he was with, it was a demon, so he killed it. But yeah, I have heard that sex is a big thing in the story, as well as the nudity and abuse, and a lot of really kind of dark, heavy topics are discussed. Like I said, I have to be kind of vague because I don't know all the details myself because I haven't read that far. And I don't want to spoil myself what happens next, so I'm purposely being vague. But it kind of goes back to the thought, or it's up to the author to write the story that they want to write, which is a thing that I see a lot in modern fandoms trying to control the content that a creator wants to create. Um, there's a very easy solution to this problem that a lot of people might have with creators not doing what they want, and it's the simple answer of not every entertainment is made for every person. This story is very dark, it's brutal, it's graphic, it's unhinged, it's sexual, it's depressing, it's disturbing, it's horror. If you're not into that kind of stuff, then why would you even attempt to read it? Why would you willingly do something that you already know you're not going to enjoy? And I'm not talking about real life stuff. Obviously, in real life, everybody, you have to do things that you don't want to do. You know, that's just life. It's just work. So obviously, you're going to have to do things that you don't want to do. But when it comes to entertainment, why would you willingly put yourself through something that you know you're not going to enjoy? Like, for me, I'm not a huge sports fan. I don't like sports. So, am I going to go watch a football game just because? No, I'm not going to do that because I don't like football. So why the hell would I go watch a game when I know in my mind it's just a big waste of time? I'm not going to put myself through something that I know I'm not going to enjoy doing. And the same thing is true for these kind of entertainments, movies, games, manga, anime. Why would you willingly want to experience something that you already know you're not going to like? If you don't like horror, you're not going to enjoy this. If you don't like deep, dark stories, you're not going to like this. Even the back cover of the first volume literally says that this story is not for the faint of heart. I can probably find that image on here somewhere. Yeah, so I even have right here. Yeah, so right here I have the back cover of the first volume. It literally says, Berserk is a manga mayhem to the extreme, violent, horrifying, and mercilessly funny, and the wellspring for the internationally popular anime series. Not for the squeamish or the easily offended, Berserk asks for no quarter and offers none. Literally right there on the back cover, it practically gives you a trigger warning on the back cover of the book. Do not read this if you're easily offended, because you likely will be. So I don't see what the whole purpose of this tweet right here is supposed to be saying. I don't want to waste my energy with mine to read and consume this kind of content. I don't necessarily understand what this person is trying to say by this, because it seems to me that you're just attacking people for liking something that you don't like, which is not necessarily a good thing to do. But yeah, I just wanted to put my thoughts out there on a story or a book that I just recently started reading that's been, I don't know if you could say this, that Berserk has been getting hate in recent time. It's just kind of coming up that due to the discussion that even I made a tweet about this yesterday, where I basically said that right here, I said, manga succeeds where Western entertainment fails, chapter 1 of Berserk, and a couple screenshots of the panels. It's the idea that myself and a lot of other people have been bringing up recently, that Western entertainment is just completely fallen off in the past 10-something years. And a lot of people have been turning to anime and manga to find entertaining stories and movies and games to play that give you that same level of excitement from consuming them, but without all the political nonsense that we see nowadays, where we have a story that is just purely fiction doing what fiction is supposed to do, which is provide an escape from reality. Because nobody, or at least nobody I know, wants to be lectured to them by fictional characters about real world politics. Because it's not fun, it's not interesting, it's annoying. And it's the easiest way to turn people off of whatever you're trying to do. Like a really other good example of this that happened that is pretty recent as of a couple days ago is this tweet right here, where I've seen screenshots of apparently the new Spider-Man movie has a protect trans kids flag in it. There is absolutely no reason to include this whatsoever. There's completely no justification for this to be in the movie at all. There's no reason for this to be here. And this has been turning a lot of people off from wanting to see this movie. So, this is what me and a lot of people have been fighting against for the past years, is keep this political stuff out of entertainment and everything will be okay. This is why I say manga succeeds where Western entertainment fails, because you don't see this kind of senseless virtue signaling in anime and manga. You see creators just creating and writing the stories that they want to write without being attacked by people who want to see their opinions shoved down other people's throats. So I'm not really sure how I want to end this. I kind of just wanted to get my thoughts out there. I don't really have an outro. So just wanted to say that if you like what I'm doing, if you like what I have to say and you agree or disagree, that's fine too. Everyone has opinions. You can like me or hate me. That's up to you. But if you want to continue getting updates on what I'm thinking or what I'm doing, then remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter.